Hello, my name is Georgia Warren, and this is my solution to the test revision and preparation problem titled Exceeding the Centripetal Force. The problem requires that an aluminium rod is designed to break when it is under a tension of 600 newtons. One end of the rod is connected to a motor, and a 12 kilogram spherical object is attached to the other end. When the motor is turned on, the object moves in a horizontal circle with a radius of 6 meters. If the speed of the motor is continuously increased, at what speed will the rod break? Ignore the mass of the rod for this calculation. So, in order to solve this problem in a lengthier way than would be required in a test, I've written down the equation that I need to solve the problem, the values that are given to me, and the force at which the rod is going to break. And what I've done is rearranged the equation for centripetal force, mv squared on r, to find v squared, which is the force times the radius divided by the mass, and then to find v taking the square root of that to get the square root of the force times the radius over the mass, substituted in the values I was given, and obtained a velocity of 17.3 meters per second. In a test, the quicker way to do this would be to, instead of writing out each value and where the rod will break, simply highlighting them in the test question, writing down the equation you need to use, and not even necessarily rearranging each of the variables, but simply plugging in the values and then doing the appropriate operations to obtain v squared and taking the square root to get 17.3 meters per second. The reason why I would do this in a test is because any time that I spend writing down values which are already written down on the test paper for me, or conditions that have to be true that are already written down for me, is time that I waste solving the problem. This is the same with rearranging the equation with the variables. It's a waste of time for me if, in a time pressure situation, I can simply plug in the values that I have and do simple order of operations. So timesing 600 by 6 and dividing by 12 gives me v squared. And that for me is a lot quicker than rearranging all of the variables in the equation given. So basically, the only reason that a test solution is different from the way I would normally work out the problem, say if I was explaining it to someone, is to save time. And this is the quickest way I find to solve this problem.